They were born in the stars. 5 teenagers who had never touched soil, breathed unfiltered air, or felt the weight of their own bodies. The Andromeda Station had been their cradle, their school, their world. It floated above Earth like a watchful eye, a marvel of engineering, until the day it wasn't. The explosion happened in silence, as all things do in space. One moment, they were preparing for sleep cycle, and the next, emergency lights bathed their quarters in red. Power systems failed. Hull breaches carved out entire modules. The station, their home, was dying. Command protocols were clear. If the station became uninhabitable, survivors were to evacuate to Earth using the emergency re-entry pods. What those protocols didn't consider was what gravity would do to bodies raised without it. Ray was the first to wake on Earth, her pod buried in a sand dune somewhere in the Nevada desert. Her breath caught in her throat. The pressure on her chest was suffocating. Every heartbeat was a struggle. Her limbs felt like lead. The others arrived in waves. Eli, pale and shaking, his spine slightly curved from the strain. Twins Mira and Leo, who couldn't walk without exoskeletal assistance. And Jonah, who hadn't opened his eyes since the landing. They were taken to a research facility in the Rockies where gravity could be reduced in special chambers. There, they could at least speak, think, and train without screaming pain. But they knew it wasn't living. It was stalling.
We can't stay in boxes forever?
But we were evolved. For up there, Earth's not home to us.
Then we make a new one.
Over the next year, with the world watching, the 5 worked with engineers, biologists, and AI to design the first true hybrid habitat. A place on Earth adapted to spaceborne humans. The facility was built in high-altitude orbit, tethered to the Earth like a silver pendulum, with gravity regulators and rehabilitation zones. But even more revolutionary was their idea to rebuild themselves. With gene therapy, neural adaptation, and muscle scaffolding, they began reconditioning their bodies. Pain became routine. Failure was common. But slowly, impossibly, they began to stand. The first time Jonah walked outside, he collapsed after 3 steps. But he laughed, because he had walked. The media dubbed them the Starborn Five. But to each other, they were just Ray, Eli, Mira, Leo, and Jonah. Kids trying to survive a world their ancestors left behind.